Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Weber, joined by Chris Chandler, the former pro quarterback. Welcome to the Online OT, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find fares online only at southwest.com. We're breaking down the Monday night game between the Vikings and the Bears. Chris, the roof of the Metrodome still hasn't been fixed, so this game's going to be played outside at the University of Minnesota. It's going to be really cold. You played in the league a long time.
Yeah.
What are the coldest conditions you ever had to deal with, and how'd you play?
Not very well, but a couple of times at New England, at Chicago, really cold. Field was frozen. But when they're going to face 0 degrees outdoors on a field that's been frozen for months, I can't imagine playing in that game tomorrow night.
And the Vikings are dealing with a ton of injuries at quarterback. Brett Favre, Tavares Jackson can't go, so it's rookie Joe Webb. Who is Joe Webb, and how do you think he's going to play?
Well, he's a rookie from UAB, listed as a wide receiver / quarterback to start the year. So his first start going against the Bears defense, outdoors at 0 degrees. I don't think it's going to go well for him. Stranger things have happened, but we're going to find out.
Well, you know, Chicago did not look good in the snowy game last week against New England, but the Patriots are probably the best team in all of football. What does Chicago need to do to bounce back?
Well, I think this week, basically, they just need to go back to what they've always done. Joe Webb is not going to do what Tom Brady did to them. He's not going to expose any weakness in their defense at all. So as long as they just go out and play solid defense like they've been doing all year, it should be fine.
Prediction time. Who do you think is going to win? Do you want to pick a number in these lousy conditions? Could be 9-7, right?
Well, I think it's an 8-point spread, but I think the over-under 7. It's going to be so cold. But I'm going to go with Chicago.
All right, I like the logic. Now let's get the fantasy perspective from FoxSports.com's fantasy guru, Michael Harmon. Mike, the Vikings have yet another quarterback, but do you think he's worth starting? It's playoff time in fantasy football.
Well, we can sneak him into a flex play because, as Chris astutely points out, you might have that wide receiver eligibility here. Look, 8 touchdowns, 21 interceptions last year at UAB, 2,300 yards. What you're looking for here is the quarterback draw, little waggle, maybe some broken play yardage, which, you know, for a quarterback, if he comes around 125 to 150 yards, that's going to beat most of your wide receivers on this Week 15 day. So probably a wide receiver 3 for some folks. Adrian Peterson, he's in as a lower-end second running back here. Why? Because you're going to have 9 in the box against him. I'm not touching any other wide receivers. You're probably going to have Percy Harvin back with Sidney Rice. Too iffy to trust them here. Rice, a third wide receiver at best. With Forte on the other side, maybe you get a little bit of love in the passing game. He'd gone over 100 total yards in 3 games before last week's debacle against the Patriots. So perhaps he gets right. Cutler only 1 touchdown in the last 2 weeks. You've really got to be stretching if you get him into your lineup.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. That's it for this Monday night preview brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find fares online only at southwest.com. For Chris and Mike, I'm Brian. Enjoy the game, everybody.